I was at home with my son, then he said, Dad, I need $250. He's only 12 years old, so I freaked out. What's going on? Somebody trying to kill you? He said, no. Kevin Hart's coming to town and I wanted to see his show. I said, well, how much are the tickets? He said, they're $125. I said, God damn, mine are only $80. I said, well, why do you need $250 then? He goes, because I want to go with you, Dad, please. And there it is. So I took him to the show. And we sit right up front, the lights go down, and one opening act after another goes on. Then Kevin takes the stage, crowd goes f***ing nuts. Thousands of people. I was furious. The longer the show went on, the madder I got. Because his show was f***ing outstanding. Get out the boat! It was maddening. These people were f***ing holding their stomachs. My son was slapping his knee. I'm like, oh, nigga, I do this too. Kevin says, good night. The crowd goes crazy. And then everyone starts walking to his door and the lights come on. And then my son is just standing there looking at an empty stage. People are pushing past me and nobody's recognizing me. I'm like, man, this place f***ing sucks. I said, come on, son, let's get out of here. And then my son looks back at me and he says, Dad, please, I have to meet him. I was like, oh my God. So I took him backstage. I've known Kevin for years, but can you believe I was scared to knock on his dressing room door? I almost said, son, I haven't seen him for a long time, but and one of Kevin's goons opened the door. Hey, what's up, Dave Chappelle? What you doing, man? It's good to see you, brother. What you doing in this area? This is a terrible area. Yeah, actually, I live around here. Listen. Is Kevin here? My son just wanted to meet him real quick. Well, I don't know, because Kevin's about to eat dinner. Just think Kevin came around the corner to see who it was. What? Oh, shit. What's up, Dave? Come on back. I was just about to have dinner. I don't know if you guys ate, but you're welcome to join me if you like. And then my son pushed past me some cold shit. He goes, actually, Mr. Hart, we haven't eaten in several hours. Bruh. Man, Kevin took us into his back room. This guy had a fucking spread. It was Tuesday night. This motherfucker was having Sunday dinner. Steaks, chops, corn with butter all over it. My son was eating all fast, embarrassing me. I was like, slow down, son. Then I looked over in the corner and there was a box. Custom-made jerseys for the local team. Each one was hand-stitched, and on the back, they stitched on the K Hart. Kevin saw me staring at that box, and he went over and grabbed one of them jerseys, and he walked right to my son. He said, hey, little man, I want you to have this. And my son was like, thanks, Mr. Hart. This is when I got mad. He goes, if your father ever makes you mad, put that on. And he walked out. Oh, that was some cold shit. Then I realized, I looked up what Kevin made on Google. I couldn't believe that shit. Kevin is the first comedian that a Drake song could be about. Kevin could walk around his house and sing All Me, and the whole song would still be true. Got everything, I got everything. I cannot complain, I could die. I don't even know how much I really made. I forgot, it's a lot. That never mind what I got. And his wife be like, Kevin, come to bed. Kevin, come to bed. Kevin, come to bed. He'd be like, ho, shut up. I got way too much. Ho, shut up. I got way too much. You know how much money you have to tell a girl to shut the fuck up? Kevin, come to bed. Got everything, I got everything. I cannot complain, I could die. I don't even know how much I really made. I forgot, it's a lot. That never mind what I got. Ho, shut up.
Basketball is back, and BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting needs this season. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. And as your continued source for all sports wager information, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports and events, whether that's NFL, NBA, NHL, MMA, tennis, boxing, or even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV to receive your rewards. It's BetOnline, where the game starts. Tell them the Noisemaker sent you.
Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in a bag of a can. You can make it round the world when the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. What's that saying? Breaking down the rumor and smelling out. Speaking for the people who will slow around. Taking truth to power. The whisper and the shout. We're talking noise. Oh yeah. Talking noise. Hey yeah. Say it again. Say we're talking noise. Yeah. Talking noise. Really don't have to fool around. Never noise keeps us lined up. When truth divine, the sound that you hear is the sound of success. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Yeah, picking up all the sound. We're talking noise. Oh yeah. Talking noise. Say it again. We're talking noise. Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ.
One, come on, come on.
Not getting hustle. Pass me a shirt. Make it away when you can. Good times. Good times.
And so does Mama.
Good times. Ain't we lucky we got 'em?
Black Friday, don't forget your Yo, what's going on, good people of Noise and beyond? It's your man, Mr. Noise, your favorite, beautiful queen, Mama Noise. We are here. Don't adjust your computers, tablets, TVs, or telephones. We're back. And we are flossing tonight. We flossing. Look at this. Mama Noise. First of all, let's just go and get a solo to Mama Noise real quick. Mama Noise is looking good. She got on her Cassius Clay. Oh, that's a good view for me. Cassius Clay with the Louisville, Kentucky. Show him the back. Show him the back.
Oh my gosh, I can't get
Show
to
him the back.
Oh,
You gotta show him the back.
I don't know if I can.
You can just turn around. That's all you're doing. It says, I am the greatest. I'm the greatest of all time. There you go, Mama Noise. You look good.
Okay.
You look good. That's all we're trying to say. You look good. And now your boy, look what the pastor done sent me. Look at the pastor done sent me.
Stop playing.
Okay, the pastor done sent me, but it looked good though.
See that?
It looked good.
How about-
This is protected by the red, the black, and the green with the keys. So I'm just saying, we out to a good start. We out here flossing a little bit today. We look good. Oh my mama! Oh, I'm gonna get that drop for that. I look fly. I look good. So there you go.
Okay.
Good to see everybody. Whether you are in here in real time or whether you are on the rewatch game. Shout out to the rewatch peoples. I stole that from Tahir. I need to give Tahir all the credit he deserves. Shout out to Tahir Moore, fantastic comedian, content creator. He is that dude, and I appreciate him very, 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 very much. And so he started the rewatch game thing, and I like that rewatch game because we got our own little rewatch game. So there you go. So shout out to everybody that goes back and watches the show later. And you watch it while you're ironing, or you watch it while you I don't know what you're doing when you watch it, but you're watching it because the numbers say that you're watching it. So we appreciate that. Very, 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 very much. So there you go. Mama Noise, before we get on to anything else tonight, before we talk about anything else tonight, I have to ask you, how you doing, Mama Noise?
I'm well.
See, I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to tell the people tonight that you were well. And so I am grateful that you are so well. I really am grateful, Mama Noise. I am so grateful that you are well. Keep being well for the peoples.
Okay.
All right now. All right. But yeah, I'm in a good place right now. It's Friday. And I'm excited.
So exciting.
So excited. We are in loopy places where we are. That's the truth. We are loopy today. But it's good. It's good. It's good. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with a little loopiness. God put loopiness for me and you to take advantage. Take advantage. What are you eating, Mama Noise? What you eating?
Orange.
An orange.
Mr. Noise hadn't fed me today.
What? How we were doing good? Why you gotta put lies out in the street? Don't do that. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. God don't like ugly. What's wrong with you? Tell people that. Mama Noise. I have
There's plenty of food in there for you to eat. Plenties of foods.
You're right.
So you just go in there and grab you something that you might want to chomp away at.
Okay.
There you go. I need something myself. I'm so hungry. I might have to go get something in the middle of the show. I see it now. I'm hungry because I've been working all day. And you know how you be working all day?
Yep. I was.
You was talking while I was talking?
Dolly Parton. He said,
Well,
I was working, and I said, 9 to 5.
I have been working 9 to 5. Longer than 9 to 5, really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
He was up before the crickets.
I was up doing my thing. My thug thizzle, as the kids say.
Yes. I don't think they say that anymore, but
you know anymore? Some older kids. The kids are now college kids.
You know what? I can't keep up with the stuff. They
I
forever
can't
change.
keep up with it. I don't want to.
It be changing.
Yeah. Do they say Liddy? Do they still say Liddy?
Mm-hmm. They still say lit. So
Azari said they don't say Liddy no more.
yes, they do.
What do they say, Zari? What's the new thing? She said she doesn't think it's Liddy. It could be something else. It changes like draws.
Okay.
Like take them off, put on something else. It changes like draws.
Nope. I don't think that's what she said at all.
She didn't say that, but I added that because it's true. It changes like draws. It changes like draws. I'm gonna write a song called "It Changes Like Draws."
Oh my gosh! Stop
It's
it.
gonna be a hit. Oh, Cousin Catherine's in the building. Yo, Cousin Catherine.
Hey.
Shout out to Canada.
Canada. I like it.
I'm grateful too. Like I said, we got a great show for y'all. This is, of course, Black Friday. And so, we got Black Friday things to talk about. And we also have to talk about literal Black Friday, where Black Friday got his name from. Black Friday was lit this year, y'all. Y'all gotta understand it was litty, as the kids say. They don't say that no more. It was a lot, man. People spent some money this year on Black Friday, like a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah, man. It was people spend money, like for real. Like for real. So we're gonna get into all of that here in just a minute. They spend money on Black Friday and on Cyber Monday. So we're gonna talk about all that here in a minute. Why is the logo still up? Production, get it together. Okay, so we're gonna talk about all of that here in just a minute, right? But before we get to any of that, we do have to open up the doors of the church, and that's my fault because I got so excited seeing you and your Cassius Clay that I got completely distracted because that was just a little treat for me. For those you don't know, that was a little treat for me. White Organist, if you don't mind, give me some of that funk, brother. Yes. Hallelujah. Thank you, White Organist. Praise the Lord, everybody. Welcome y'all tonight to the church. It's gonna be a good night. We got a lot to preach about tonight, and we want y'all to enjoy yourself. Grab your church Bibles, grab your church pen, come on into the room as we get out the Holy Spirit. It's all good. Amen and amen. Thank you, White Organist. White Organist played that thing. I ain't heard him play like that in a little while. Shout out to White Organist. I ain't mad at him. We need the Lord tonight. We got some stories tonight that are like, oh, golly, this is
really.
Oh man, there's a lot going on in societies. It is a lot going on. I'm quite honestly, some of these stories are a little bit shocking. Some people woke up this morning and had a bad day because they had a bad Thursday. Oh. And that bad Thursday spilled into a bad day today. It was bad. And so now they're struggling. They're struggling.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, I don't know where to start, Mama Noise. I can start with the positive stuff, but then
And then you let us down after you done brought us up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe we should start with the rough stuff. Listen, I want to be very clear about something. I don't like talking about Kanye West any more than y'all do. I'm really done with the whole Kanye experience for now. I'm praying the brother get help. I'm praying the brother come out of this dark place that he's in. But I don't really like talking about it. But this really, what I'm about to tell y'all, is not really a Kanye West story. It's actually a Chris Paul story. So what happened was Kanye went on one of his Twitter rants talking about how much he going on about censorship and they don't want us to talk, they don't want us to this, they don't want us to that. Said something about how much he admires Hitler and showed a swastika. So you talk about how crazy he is. I mean, and I hate to call a man crazy because that is dismissive, but at the same time, he get kind of crazy. So in the midst of all that, he drops his final bar, and the final bar of his rant was him on Twitter calling himself outing somebody. And so he decided to out, and this is an official tweet, he decided to out Chris Paul. And he said, let's break one last window before we get out of here. I called this guy with Kim. Good night. And no, it was not Dalio. It was this guy.
What?
He tried to say that he caught Chris Paul with his wife, Kim Kardashian, or ex-wife. Now, the reason why this is bad is because Chris Paul has been married to his current wife, Jada Crawley, since 2011.
Uh-oh.
Now, what was Chris Paul doing last night at around the time the tweet dropped? The tweet dropped at about, what time did it say it dropped?
Wasn't he playing basketball?
It wasn't time stamped. But let's look and see what Chris Paul was doing last night when the tweet dropped on last night. Chris was minding his own business. Did he play last night? I don't think he played last night. Okay, so maybe he didn't play last night. The bottom line is this: Chris was minding his own business. He wasn't bothering nobody. Imagine being at the house and all of a sudden somebody drops a tweet on you that you cheated on your wife. Like you ain't done nothing to nobody.
Always been an upstanding citizen among the NBA.
I'm just saying, minding your own business. And next thing you know, bam, you wake up and somebody done said, hey man, remember that time when you cheated on your wife with my wife?
Where was you at? I'm trying to figure out, how do you know this? Were you there?
I don't know. I don't know how. Well, listen. Sources say, according to TMZ, sources say,
oh no,
Kanye is trying to deflect from his Hitler praise. Kim did not cheat on
him with
Chris Paul. And here's the official quote: a source close to the situation tells us the allegation is absolutely false. It's just another example of a desperate man trying to shift the focus away from his own wrongdoings. This is not true, and sadly, it's an ongoing pattern with Kanye attacking Kim to redirect everyone's attention after a day of crazy antics where he has said every hateful and offensive thing he can possibly dream of. The quote, the source continues on and says he has a history of falsely accusing her of also having affairs with Meek Mill and Drake and countless others. Kanye has for years deflected his own awful behavior, infidelities, and obsession with porn and sex addiction to abuse and slut shame Kim. And she wants to be left alone so she can focus on the well-being of their children. Clearly that quote came from his mama, from her mama. I mean, I don't know why we acting like it's a source.
The source. Oh, yeah. She like, let me help this.
Now, I don't know that for sure, but that sounds like something mama would say.
Is that like what game show was that? Things that Kris Jenner would say.
Right. I'm just saying, like, why we acting like that probably wasn't his mama saying that. The source.
Yeah.
You know, y'all know Kris got TMZ on speed dial.
I mean, listen, that's facts. I mean, I believe it.
So, but now I will say this: the source is correct that instead of people talking about the fact that he was on Alex Jones's show, InfoWars, and he was spewing out hate and claiming he liked Hitler, questioning the Holocaust, and giving the Nazis props. Ain't nobody really talking about that. One of the top trending topics of the day was Chris Paul.
Wow. So it worked?
Yeah, I mean, you can't listen. The man had a winning strategy. He said, and by the way, Chris Paul boinked my wife. Wait, what?
Now, I heard some of it on the news this morning, but nobody mentioned anything about Chris Paul. The only thing they mentioned is that that Parler, the website, the app that.
Talk about Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye, Parler. He was in or getting ready to start negotiations about the purchase of Parler, so he could, have a platform for him to be able to spew out whatever he's grown up to spit out.
Right.
And they was like, we have decided collectively that will never happen.
Right.
So later for that. But they did have the interview with him, and was that the one you were talking about? The show he was on?
Yeah, Alex Jones.
And he was going on, about and see, I listen now because, like you said in the past, that they'll like take just the one small bite, and it was like, and when he said he loved Hitler, it was like, and that is the post, that's the
and let me be clear. There's no way to unshape what he said. Like a lot of times you can take what they call a pull quote and take a portion of what he said, take it out of the context and make it a hot take or whatever. Mm-hmm. But this ain't one of them times. Like he said what he said. So talking about he admired Hitler and blah, 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 blah. And he's just off, he's off his meds. I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. But what makes this so worse is that what makes this so worse? That was one of the worst English statements I've ever made on this show. What makes this worse is that why are you throwing another man's relationship just randomly into the fire like that? Like, I don't understand that. Now, the other thing is what is really interesting about the source is that the source went out of his way to clear up all of the rumors. So the rumors were, he tried to say she was with Meek Mill, and that's not true. He tried to say he was with Drake, and that's not true. Okay. And I guess it's not true. I don't know. I don't listen. Here's the challenge I have with the family. Here's the challenge I have with Kim Kardashian as a brand. Here's the challenge I have with Kim Kardashian as a person.
Okay.
You do a lot for attention.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And you're public about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're that public about everything, I don't know what to believe.
Well, that's true.
I don't know what to believe. I mean, am I wrong, Mama Noise? Like, I want to believe her when she says, I never did that with Drake. I never did that with, but Drake and Kanye are fighting about something. And I'm not saying you did or didn't. I don't know. But what I do know Right. It's all for attention. Everything. Listen,
It's bad.
I don't know. What's your thoughts, Mama Noy? I just feel like it's hard to believe anything when they talking about everything. Like everything, there is not a day that goes by on in my life or in my news feed that I don't get some notification. And I've tried to block it. But there's not a day that goes by that I don't get a notification about something Kardashian oriented.
Well, because see, they know that any publicity is good publicity. As long as they still in it. As long as somebody's still talking about them. It's like, okay, you guys have had your little family show for however many seasons, of which I have not sat down and watched any.
Right.
Nobody's talking about that really. So, if it's not that, it's okay.
Let me say this. Nobody outside of the core fans are talking about it. The core fans are all still talking about it.
Right.
Like they have millions of followers and they are fiercely loyal.
The last thing I heard from them was the divorce being final. That was the last thing I had in my news feed, if anything, about her. No, I take it back. It was that how do you pronounce that word?
Oh Lord, Balenciaga.
I was getting ready to call it baloney. Okay, so it's probably what I called it anyway. That Balenciaga thing, that since she's the one of the representatives of their company, spokespersons or whatever, that was one thing that her followers put the pressure on, saying you need to speak up because you got all these kids, blah blah blah. But other than that, I hadn't heard anything. And then until all of a sudden it was like, well, today is the divorce is final, and now Kim has Kanye has to pay Kim.
I need to know what your settings are on, because I'm getting stuff from them every day. Something Kardashian oriented, whether it's this, whether it's she posted a picture, whether she did.
No, I'm not getting any of that.
I don't know what I did wrong, but I need to change my algorithms.
Simply it simply what, like I said, the he pays her $200,000 a month for all the kids, and what house I think he gave her the house that when they first broke up or whatever, he bought the house across the street or next door or whatever, and I think he finally.
Where are you going? What are you trying to say about that?
What I'm saying is that was all, the basic.
No, but what's your bigger point though? I know that, but I'm saying, what's your bigger point?
I don't really hear anything about Kanye.
Oh my God! I can't stop hearing about it. Like it's like
I really hadn't heard
all the time with this dude.
I hadn't heard anything other than this morning, him being interviewed with this black mask covering up his whole head thing. That was the first. This first time I'd heard anything.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't care about the Kanye part or the Kim part, from being honest. Mm-hmm. I do care, however, about the Chris Paul thing, and I feel really bad for him because Twitter went bananas on those allegations, and they made it 10 times worse because they were no, I'm not keeping up with the Kardashian Andy Bruce. I'm not doing that. Twitter made it 10 times worse because it was trending. Everybody was like, man, Chris gonna have to walk through the door with some flowers, or he got to imagine waking up and having to explain to your wife.
Hate has been taken.
Right. And so I believe that Chris Paul cheated on his wife with Kim Kardashian? No, I do not believe that. However, I don't know. I mean, nobody knows but the people involved in this thing. But I don't believe that he has. I really don't believe that. But here's what I hate, though. I hate that the internet is such a place that you can be drugged into a lie and had nothing to do with it. That's like me waking up tomorrow and somebody making an allegation and saying, oh, this Noise did blah, 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 blah. Huh? What? I've been in Arkansas the whole time. Now, the hope and the prayer is
that she know her husband enough.
That she knows her husband, right. And that it doesn't escalate to something that it shouldn't escalate to. But now I do have to ask you this question. And I wish the fellas was here right now because I'd ask them too. But I do want to ask you, Mama Noise. And I'm going to flip it for you. If some lady made an allegation about you doing something with another dude that you know you hadn't done, and now you got to explain that to me because it's trending all day, would it be on site that you whooped her ass? I'm just asking a question. I'll be honest with you. Be honest with you. Yeah, I'm gonna have noisemakers we having a moment right now. I'd have to see Kanye if I was Chris.
You'd
have to see me.
I remember something like that happened where it wasn't with someone, but I don't know. It was like somebody was inboxing me, asking me questions and stuff about something that happened in the past. And all of a sudden,
with
that person.
Oh, okay.
Somebody way back in the past was asking me questions and about the past or whatever. And I was, responding, from stuff
about your past with that person.
Gotcha. So then I, in turn, responded with the questions or whatever. But then next thing I know, my messenger is going boom, 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 boom. I was like, what is going on? So then this guy's wife was like, stay away from my husband, blah, 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 blah. I was like, whoa. You need to roll back to the beginning of these messages. This guy was asking me questions about, whatever. And furthermore, I said, I keep my husband in the loop on everything. So ain't nobody doing nothing, backdoor, slipping, sliding, having conversations without him being aware of whatever. I put him totally in the loop. So I was like, you need to calm down. But now please believe, if you come for me and mine, it is going to be hold my earrings.
I'm just saying, he'd have to see me.
Because
what you agree do now, and I know you would believe me. So I'm not worried about that part. I'm not worried about the part whether or not you would believe me or not. That's not the issue. The issue is I got kids. And what you're not going to do is put out some salacious stuff to where my kids got to deal with that.
And now they got people saying, so I hear
you. Because that's the part that ain't nobody really talking about. This man got kids. So now his kids got to go to school. Oh, I heard your daddy slept with Kim Kardashian.
You like, high five.
He'd have to see me. Me and Kanye would have to have a conversation.
But see, that's that. When I think about it in hindsight, the conversation, that's like being in the room with, like New Jack City, being in the room with the Dutta Man, Keisha, and all of a sudden they say, that's why G Money's skimming off the top. He is? Okay. Well, that's taking the whole conversation in the other direction because, you're trying to, redirect from what you're really doing over there on your side of the table. So.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's some cold stuff right there. What did he do to you for you to be the first name of a person he wants to ruin?
That's the part. Like, what is he like? It is so random. Like, of all the people, Chris Paul slept with my wife. What?
That's why I said, were you there? Did you see it?
I mean, did he just have like a bunch of NBA players on his wall, and he just threw a dart and said,
let me see.
Let's go with Chris Paul.
That guy, the people would least suspect. That's right. The good guy, the one who is the what is he? The moderator or the representative or the?
Well, he was. He's not anymore, but he was the NBA Players Association rep.
I'm just saying.
That's so rare. I'm just saying. Kanye, man, that dude.
It's a lot.
And you know what's crazy about it? If he would go get help, we take him back. We would. Mama Noise, you know I'm telling the truth. If he would go get help and really get like a year's therapy, I'm watching Will go to his premiere and they cheering him because we want to love these guys. We want to love them. But man, when they do stuff like this, Boy, they make it hard, man. Kanye has made it nearly impossible to love it anymore. Kanye is that cousin right now that you love him at the core, but you don't want him to come by the house ever. Like, I'm always love you, cuz, but you can't come by the house, bro.
Dang.
I'm just saying.
I know.
It's not bad.
Y'all love you, but don't come by my house.
Yeah, I love you, man. I love you, cuz. And if you really, 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 really need me, I probably got you. But don't come by the house, though.
Yeah, that's some serious. That's serious.
I think he would have to see me though. Like I'm being real honest here.
For real.
I'm just saying, like, hey, bro, let me holler at you.
I mean, tell me where you
at. Sure, I wouldn't pull up.
I'm just saying, tell me where you at, because we need to have a face-to-face conversation.
Because he probably got Chris's number, or Chris can get his number. They could probably get each other's numbers. Mm-hmm. I would probably get the number from somebody, and I would text him, "Hey, man, on my mama, keep my wife's name out your mouth, or I'm a Will Smith your ass." That's really when I see you. When I see you, Playboy, it's on sight.
Listen.
Is that the way you're supposed to talk to a dude that's got bipolar? Probably not, huh?
Listen, he might,
but that's the way he's talking to me. We got to have a conversation, me and you. That's all I'm saying.
He come on a platform just like he did and say, "You need to come see me, son."
Yeah, you got to we got to have a conversation, like for real.
That venom you spitting, son. That's just disrespectful.
Like disrespectful. Like what in the world?
Forget your family. Forget your kids. Forget your wife. Forget that you got a happy home. If I can't be happy, ain't nobody.
Can I ask another weird question? Oh man, this is terrible. This is why we don't invite kids to this show. This question I'm about to ask now is why we don't invite kids to this show. Do you think Kim regrets ever letting Kanye? Not the kid part. She don't regret having the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like she's always gonna be grateful for the kids.
I don't know.
But
nothing personal against the kids. I'm just saying she might be regretting the fact that she had kids with this dude. Because now you got to say to yourself, oh my gosh, I got to make sure my kids are checked out.
But like when you with your girlfriends, is it embarrassing to say like you slept with that dude? Like ew.
But you know what? It says you got what you wanted. You wanted the black dude.
But she had a black dude.
Huh?
She had a black dude.
Yeah, but Kanye was on the come up. We ain't talking about
Kanye had already come up.
We ain't talking like your girl said, Brandy brother. We're not talking about that. We talking about somebody
No, I ain't talking about him. She had the little basketball player she was married to for like an hour and a half.
That don't count. You don't count.
She was married to him. It's got to count for something.
Yeah. She was married to him long enough to get an annulment. That tells you it was a heartbeat they were married that long. If you can get an annulment, you clearly wasn't married that long. I'm saying she wanted a black man. She got one. She agreed to be his wife.
I gotta be honest with you. At this point, Kanye might be messing it up for all black men.
I mean, she could have kept dating him. But I think, this is my speculation, I think simply that the death of Kanye's mom.
Well, we talked about, Mama knows we've talked about that at ad nauseum. So I don't think you gotta lay out that theory no more. We got that one.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not sure it would have
news.
even happened if she'd have still been here.
Oh, now that's a different take.
I'm sure she been like, you ain't got to marry that girl, boy.
Would it have happened at all, you said?
Yeah, I don't think it would have happened at all. I think his mama would have been like, look, I see through Chris.
Because he had a girl prior to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started talking about Kim as his dream girl or something. I don't know.
Listen. Well, like
I don't know. That's a tricky situation. That is a tricky situation, and man, it is as bad can be. But real talk though, sickness or no sickness, mourning or no mourning, depression or no depression, he'd have to see me. I'm just saying, we got to have a conversation. Uh-oh. Knock the door open. So anyway, I that's one of the stories that broke today, early this morning, as a matter of fact.
wow.
Another
I
one.
didn't hear about that.
Yeah, well, you're not in the loop, Mama. No, I'll be in the loop.
But I'm saying I am constantly combing through the news feeds and stuff, and that is not one that came up at all.
I don't know how you
it's
missed
like
that one.
my news feed is different than yours.
I don't know how you missed that one because that was very clear. Another one is a story that we broke yesterday. Not broke, but we talked about yesterday, which is that TJ Holmes, Amy Robach thing. You know, they went back to work today.
Good Morning America.
Yeah, they went back to work.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say, I mean, sometimes the best way to handle a situation is to act like the situation ain't happening at all.
Hey there, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to Gym A3. What you need to know on this Friday. You know, it's too bad it's Friday.
Is it?
It's been a great week. We want this one to keep going and going and going. Just enjoy it.
Speak for
Take it
yourself.
all in.
I'm very excited about the weekend, and I'm sure everyone else is too. We all love our Fridays around here. Some of us do at least. We're tracking all the videos major developments on this Friday.
I mean,
No, he looked like the Cheshire Cat.
well, there's a couple things I noticed about it. And let me see if there it is. He ain't got no wedding ring on. She ain't got no wedding ring on.
Yeah, but can't you see the body language? He's acting like it's been a great week.
Shout out to TMZ, by the way, for putting that one out.
They're like, everybody was waiting for the first time they got back on.
I bet the ratings for GMA this morning were insane. Like everybody was on the edge of their seat. Because the rumor is, and I saw this trending last night, that they had an emergency meeting, or maybe I saw it this morning. They had an emergency meeting talking about them, like what they're gonna do with this.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they've been told, don't, until we talk to y'all and figure out how we want to handle this, keep your mouth shut.
Mm.
And they were told to shut down their Instagram, which I think they've shut down their Instagram account.
Yeah, both of them have. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So right now, we just wait to see what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But man, this is wow. That's all I can say. Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's something.
They are wild.
So you saying that perhaps the traffic they've been having the same traffic on GMA up to a certain point.
Well, here's the thing. Oh, wait a minute. There's an article breaking. It looks like let me see how recent this is. As of they will not face any discipline from
the network.
And they're waiting for the final ink to dry on her divorce, which is being finalized as we speak. And then that'll be it. They're gonna go public. So what they're probably going to do is make a big deal out of it. And then here's the crazy part about it. The co-workers, Michael Strahan and Robin Roberts and George Stephanopoulos, they are probably all going to be encouraged to get behind their love.
Get behind their love.
I mean, they got to support them, don't they? They got to support the team.
Touche.
I mean, that's where we headed, aren't we? That's the meeting that they're going to have. Now, listen. We recognize that this might not have come out the way that we all wanted it to be. But they're here now. We're here now, y'all. And so this is what we need y'all to do. We need y'all to get on board. We've examined, we've talked to them, we've investigated. And these two are clearly madly in love with one another. So as long as they remain professional in every possible way, all is well. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to get overwhelmed about. You just don't act like it's never like nothing is happening.
And you think that's gonna work?
Hell no.
I mean, they're just like the contracts ain't in trouble. Do you really think that they want to cause a problem, like to say?
No, you know what? It is going to work because we as Americans have already proven that we love drama. So it's absolutely going to work. We love drama. So we gonna all listen. The story's on TMZ right now. So clearly we love the drama.
Okay.
Clearly we do.
Okay. Well, I know. I didn't know.
So anyway, that's where we are.
Well, you know, I felt like they weren't going to say anything anyway because they don't want to rock the boat. The network doesn't want to rock the boat in case they're all in and are looking forward to this relationship going somewhere, like a Brangelina or something.
Well, the network is in. They stuck. They got to try to make something positive out of this. They got to try to turn lemon into lemonades. That's the only path they have. They have no other choice. So it's an ugly situation at best, but that's where they are. So it's crazy, but that's where we are. So anyway, I'll tell you, it's been a wild week, to say the least. All right, I have some other news that I want to talk about, and this is this is good but bad news.
Okay.
They have arrested 2 men in regards to the Takeoff murder. They've arrested 2 men in regards to that murder and in the fatal shooting of Takeoff. So let's hear a little bit about that. This is from AP via USA Today.
I was like, what is going on?
I thought there was more sound in this. Okay,
is this a news?
Oh, here we go.
Arrest has taken place. That we do have someone in custody. It is unfortunate. It really is unfortunate because it does not bring Takeoff back.
Okay, I thought there was a lot more sound to this than that, but nevertheless, you can see here that Patrick Xavier Clark was charged with murder and has been arrested in occurrence with the rapper's death. But then also another young man, Cameron Joshua, was charged with an unlawful carrying of a weapon. So both men have been charged. I think maybe one or both of them have also been arrested. But that's the situation that we're in. So that's good, although it's bad because it's what it is. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunate. It's definitely unfortunate, but at least they have they've gotten finally something. Maybe the family can start the healing process. That they maybe got somebody in custody and they can kind of get this situation where it needs to be as relates to resolving it.
Is
Family.
it just a person of interest?
No, they've arrested him. I think they have the evidence they need to maybe.
I mean, because according to what you just said, the second dude had a gun in his possession that probably he was a felon or something and shouldn't have a weapon.
Right.
And the first dude in connection with, but it really didn't sound like this is the shooter. This is the person that has that stood over him and unloaded 3 shots.
I don't know. And obviously, the article, the thing that I'm looking at, I don't see any more, and they probably can't go into any more depth on the story right now, other than to say that they have a person of interest in custody, so they can't dive any deeper into the circumstances by which what's going on. So that's hard to say, Mama Noise, of what the specifics are of the evidence that they have or whatever. But needless to say, it's a start, and hopefully that start will take us down good paths where there'll be justice.
Mr. Noise, I'm overwhelmed at the fact that when you're in a room with a bunch of people that it's been, how long is this young man? It's been a month now.
Right. Yeah, it feels like it's been about a month or so.
That there's, it's finally, they're saying they have names, they have pictures, of these these suspects. So I feel some kind of way. I feel like I'm glad they had the big the funeral, the wake and all those things in Atlanta for him and his family. I'm glad they had all those things taken care of. I just in regard to the justice for it all, and I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of shocked. But it'd be different if it was somewhere where it was only them and the individual. But with them being around about 20, 30 people all at one time, and you saying, oh, it took 30 days to come up with 2 people to either make the people stop looking or to actually, these are actually the people that are responsible for this man's life.
Well, if I'm being completely honest, the one guy, Patrick, whatever his name, Xavier, whatever his name is, if my memory serves me correctly, and again, I only saw like one video of him, but he did look like one of the guys in the video that I saw walking away from when he got shot. So I don't know. Who knows what this all is? But here's the reality, and we've said it here on this show before. Somebody knows what happened. It was a lot of people there, and they saw it. So this shouldn't be that difficult of a case to process unless people don't want to talk. And I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping there are enough witnesses and enough evidence to prosecute whoever shot him. Now, if this guy's innocent, obviously we don't want him to pay for somebody else's crime. But if he is guilty, and it appears that he may be, then he needs to pay for cold-blooded murder. It's that simple.
Mr. Noise, I can't sit here and listen to you talk about this and wonder to myself, without wondering to myself, you said nobody's talking.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. It felt like it was nobody talking at first, but
it's maybe
so that changed over time. I don't know.
It's prevalent in our culture.
Yeah, that's true.
That well, I'm sure we came up with the snitching type thing.
Right.
That sounds like something that we would come up with, but I feel like we're such advocates for that until it comes at your doorstep, and then you want somebody to say something that saw something. I just don't know how we can ever be free from that as a culture, and saying that just because you say something about what you've seen doesn't mean that you a traitor and all that type of stuff. It means you want stuff to be done the right way, and if somebody's doing something wrong, you need to be able to say something about it.
Right. Right. Well, the hope is that, again, that they are finally getting to a place where justice can be served, and that this is not going to drag on, or that they get the two guys or whoever's responsible. They'll get who's responsible for this. So anyway, there was another arrest made. Some of you may or may not have heard this particular story. Jalen Kitna was arrested. He's a quarterback for I think he's a backup quarterback. I don't want to. He's a backup quarterback at the University of Florida. He was arrested and charged with 5 felony counts, and 3 of them for possession of child pornography, 2 of the distribution of child exploitation material. Now,
okay.
Saying, well, why do you care about that, Mr. Norris? Because Jalen Kitna is the son of former NFL quarterback John Kitna. And if I'm being honest about this story, it sounds way worse than I think it probably is. Now, and I think it's probably when it all unfolds. Now, again, this is just me speculating based on the information that I know.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds as though this is a circumstance of a young man who, whatever it was, he forwarded on.
Oh no!
That's what it was. It was so. Let me give everybody kind of an update of what was being reported. The Gainesville police said in a press release Wednesday that they received a tip from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children that a Discord user shared an image. Discord is a social media site where people go and do chatting, online real-time chatting or whatever. And they said they got notified that an image of child sexual abuse material, a second image was shared, and that the account belonged to Jalen Kitna. Now, the quarterback is saying that he recalls sharing the images, but believed them to be legal since he found them online. Now, if that statement that he made is accurate, then what probably happened is that he probably saw something salacious online, and he probably thought, oh my God, look at this, it's crazy. And then he shared it forward. Because it doesn't tell you, we're not going to know what the pictures are. We're not going to know, but here's the reality. Here is the reality. A young lady online, you don't know how old she is, but you see a picture, and maybe she looks older than she actually is, or maybe she's in that weird gray area. And what I mean by gray area meaning is he's 19, maybe she's 15 or 16 or 17, right? And so he thinks she's older. Maybe she's not, who knows? But he shares the picture, and as we know, the internet is always being monitored for child pornography trafficking. And now all of a sudden, it's a thing. So that's what it kind of feels like this is. Like it's just a kid who didn't understand how the internet works and how careful you need to be on the internet. But now all of a sudden, he is labeled as a child pornographer. And he lost his scholarship. He was kicked off the team. Yeah. So I hope we don't, as a society, rush to judgment on this one because it doesn't feel like this one is this salacious thing that happens when you hear child pornography, right? When you hear it, like the Subway Jared dude, that dude was a child pornographer. He's trash. We've heard other cases where guys were child pornographers and they was looking at child porn, whatever. They're trash. We got
Right.
This doesn't feel like that. This just feels like a dumb kid, not a dumb kid, but a misinformed kid, misunderstood kid, and just didn't understand what he was looking at and just,
But I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Noise, we have given our children loaded guns when we gave them cell phones.
Ooh, Mama Noise.
You gave them a phone with no wisdom. They think that if they take a picture of themselves in the privacy of their own bathroom, their own bedroom, up under their sheets, snap the camera, they won't nobody see it but them, the phone, and whoever they sending it to.
And I agree with what you just said, Mama Noise. But I also want to give that same warning to those who are out on the other side and receiving the photos, or you're looking online and you see a photo. Man, you got to be insanely careful about the things you open. I'm gonna tell you something. I try to. Now, I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I try to, as a rule of thumb, to delete anything I don't recognize. If I don't recognize this address, if I don't know where this is coming from, man, I try to get rid of it immediately because I just don't. I don't need that in my life. I don't have to open up everything. You feel me? So I just try to delete it all and just don't even. If it's coming from an unknown source, and it happens to make its way to my inbox and not to my spam, then I just delete it. Like I've deleted some stuff today. I'm like, I'm not opening that. I don't know what that is. That could be a virus for my computer. That could be who knows? Who knows, man? So
I mean, even with noise media, like for instance, I'm on Instagram and I get inbox. I mean, DMs. They call it DMs on Instagram. DMs on Instagram, and I'm going, I don't know these people.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Matter of factly, I appreciate the function that says, "Do you want to delete this?" Because if you open this, then now that person has permission to go back and forth with you. So all of a sudden, because I have noise media under my name, all of a sudden these I don't want to say that word. These peculiar women, scantily dressed, want to try to come into my DMs. And I'm like,
and by the way, it doesn't have to be women. I don't even want to make that mistake with people. Child pornography can be whatever. Like if you're at best, I might click like on your child's photo because you put it on social media, but that's about as far as I'm willing to go.
Right. But
I'm not going to forward your child's pictures. I'm not going.
I remember telling, explaining to a young lady. I said, "Listen, I know you like to talk to your family. I know you like to the pictures of your family members. Let's put it that way. So let's say you got a little cousin that is like 2 years old, or a little cousin that's 5, or even a newborn. Do your best to not forward, share, or anything. And I know it's probably like, oh, that's excessive. But I'm saying because there are people out there that want to do the wrong thing. Matter of fact, I have so many safeguards.
That are doing the wrong thing.
That are doing the wrong thing. And I have so many safeguards on my accounts and everything. And even some of the stuff that even though I'm posting family pictures and stuff, I'm like, only with people I know, not just leaving it out there for the public. Because there are people, like you said, that are thinking and wanting to do, terrible things. And sometimes, like I said, you can do it yourself and don't even know. You're saying, oh, I was just sharing so-and-so's picture or whatever. Listen, comment or click your reaction. Don't be sharing nobody's pictures. Don't be sharing other people's stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just stay on the safe side and just don't do it. Because the situation with this young man, we had that was in the news not too long ago, right, Mr. Noiz? A couple of years back about the young man who was about 19 and the young girl was about 16 or something like that, and she sent him some pictures and he opened it and then sent her back one, and the next thing you know, the police showed up
and then I think Mama Noise, the thing that you got to remember too, that our young people got to remember, in all of our states, or most states, I won't say all, but most states, 18 is an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So while you say, well, she's 15, that's only 3 years.
Listen,
technically, you're dating younger, and you're dating, I get it, and most people aren't going to say much about that, but
Mr. Noiz, I'm telling you
it's
about
tough,
that.
man. It's tough.
The phone is loaded. I'm saying it because it's.
But I don't want to blame it all on the phone. That's what I'm saying. You're right. You're not wrong. I agree 100% what you just said. Agree 100%. But we've always done it. That's the point I'm trying to make. We know a couple now that a 6, 7, 8 year difference. And they met when there was a 6 or 7, 8 year difference in weird circumstances. So it's always been that way. If full disclosure, we have an age difference, right?
Yeah, but I guess I'm talking about with middle schoolers and how, everybody got the iPhone, everybody got the, all of this stuff. And then I'm sitting there going, okay, yeah, but you going around sneaking into places, taking pictures of stuff. And then when they call the police on your child, every parent is looking cross-eyed trying to figure out what happened.
Mama Noise, I got you. I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree with what you're saying. And I think your warning is merited. I agree with you. But I also need people to also understand it's bigger than just your phone. It's any interaction that you have, younger to older. You got to be careful. You have to be careful, because if you're not careful, the law, like most families are never going to say something. Most families probably are not going to say something if it's in that 18 to 17, 16 year range like that, because that's close enough. But if they ever wanted to say something, they could. They absolutely could. So we got to be careful, is all I'm saying. It's a weird gray area, and we just got to be careful. So anyway, all right, that's all the salacious stories we got. Let's get back to some fun stuff.
Okay.
Here is one that I'm really that's really funny to me. So Keke Palmer, right now Angela Bassett is out here in these streets, and everybody just love her. And what she did in Black Panther, everybody's talking about it. There's a lot of Oscar and Golden Globe buzz, and everybody's really loving, what she did in the film Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. And if you've seen these back before, maybe I should show that one first before I show this one.
Oh my God!
Yeah, let me go back and show this first. So Keke Palmer, who has known Angela Bassett literally since she was a little girl. She does Angela Bassett impersonation. She does an impersonation of Angela Bassett. It's not actually that bad. It's pretty good. So I'll let y'all see a little bit of that. This is Angela Bassett. Keke Palmer doing her best Angela Bassett.
Who does Keke Palmer look like?
That was one of the Googled questions that Keke answered during her Wired interview.
I look like Angela Bassett.
And Keke actually does an impression of the Oscar nominee.
So there's one impression I do from American Dream, the Michael Jackson story, where she finds out that her husband's been cheating on her. She answers the phone and hears him on the other line talking to somebody. And she's like,
You a lie. You're a liar. And you a cheat. And you're a cheat. And I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more. And I don't want you. No, I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you.
And with Angela, it's all in the lyrics. And it's the same thing with What's Love Got to Do with It when she's talking to her friend. And her friend is like not messing around with Lawrence Fishburne's character, Ike Turner. You ain't gotta hit me but once. She's not dealing with him being abusive. She's like, you ain't got to hit me but once. And then Angela Bassett's like, it's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
So does some?
That's not bad. It's not bad. So the internet keeps the receipts, and somehow the receipts end up in the hands of the people. And this is what happened.
I've seen you online imitating me.
Yes.
You did a great job.
Thank you so much.
Great
Thank
job.
you. It was one of my most notable impressions. Everybody's like, do Angela. You know, it's so funny. Queen. You know, I have to do it all. I used to only do it for her. I just recently started doing it, online and everything. But whenever we work together, I did it for one time. And she's like, do it.
Okay, so Kiki, we're here together. You're finally here. I don't have to watch you online. I can actually see it right here before me.
I can't believe this. This is insane.
Don't be shy.
Get myself together. So I'll go ahead and do your amazing, incredible performance in American Dream, the Michael Jackson story, where you can't.
Girl, come on. All the set up.
Her husband cheating on her, Mr. Joe Jackson. Okay, here we go.
You lie. You would cheat. And I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more.
That's cool. That's very, very cool. I like that. I wonder what it's like to have worked with somebody like Keke Palmer, being Angela Bassett, and then you watch how she's evolved and unfolded as an artist and as a talent. Because Kiki's she's doing her thing now. She's doing her thing now, even though she's no Zendaya, but I mean, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Y'all know that was the joke.
That was cold-blooded.
So yeah, it was what you trying to say? What I said was cold-blooded.
Yeah.
How was that cold-blooded?
You said she's no Zendaya?
I mean, that was that was
everybody knows that there's some.
Well, but it's one-sided static. Zendaya don't care what Keke Palmer's doing.
Yeah, but she is apparently intimidated by her.
Well, listen, Zendaya is a pretty amazing actress, so she may be justified in that intimidation because she's
like, I'm gonna let her
ain't no punk.
Speak for herself. I ain't got to take the bait.
Zendaya is no punk. She got some game. So, I don't know. I thought that was pretty funny.
I think they said that she looks like her.
I don't know if she looks like her. Well,
I thought that was.
You think she looked like her?
I thought that was a stretch. I think just because they're two black women doesn't mean that.
Yeah, we don't all look alike. But let's see. There's Keke. Hold on.
Oh, that line was.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back. There's Keke.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Angela.
All I can see is Akilah and her mama.
But that's what I'm saying. I'll say this. They could definitely pass for daughter and mama. I can see it because they both got the little tight eyes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can see it. I can see the look alike.
Yeah, but I don't know. Okay.
I can see it.
Okay.
I can see it.
Okay.
I mean, she's not like a spitting image, but I can see. If I didn't know better, I said, "Girl, you look like your mom, but you got your daddy's forehead." I'd be like something like that.
Okay.
Girl, you got your daddy's forehead, but you look like your mama.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. All right. What else we got, Mama Noise? Here tonight on the Talkin NOIZ show. What else do we have? Is that it? I think that might be it, Mama Noise. We done went through quite a few stories tonight here. Oh, I know I was gonna tell you. I almost don't want to tell you this because I know this is gonna set off a firestorm when I say it. But you know, the Chris Paul, the TJ Holmes thing has set off a debate on Twitter about
Twitter.
Of course, it's always Black Twitter. But Twitter is debating the whole work husband and work wife thing.
See, I talked about this years ago.
See, I knew this was gonna happen. Go ahead.
I never liked it. Never. To me, it just the lines got blurred because you work with somebody 8 hours out of a day, 5 days a week. Then you want to go around calling that person your work husband or your work wife or whatever. It's like, wait just a minute. Just because you work with somebody doesn't mean now you know all their favorite songs, all their favorite snacks and stuff. And it's like, what the heck? Nope. Never have been an advocate for that.
Let's go back and see if there were clues that we all just missed. Like here's a segment from early in the year or whenever they was doing their thing. Let's see if we missed some clues. Let's see.
Remember that 1993 hit, Understanding, by the multi-platinum sound of Escape. Well, the microphone isn't the only place where Tamika sautés.
She sautés. Yeah, she does. And she's also the author of.
You see, folks, usually right before we come on, we discuss who's going to talk to Dr. Ashton first. And Dr. Ashton, we apparently didn't have a good enough discussion going into this. So, hello to you once again out in LA. See what happens when you're gone. We're just a mess over here, Dr. Ashton.
We were actually discussing our running plans for this afternoon. Unfortunately, we were not focused.
Our running plans.
A happy, can we say how old you are?
45th birthday, and look, you don't like cake, so lemon meringue pie. That's one of your favorites, right?
Yes, I make the mean lemon meringue. Is that the pecan pie?
There's a pecan pie. There's a lot of different pies because you're not a big cake guy.
I'm not a big cake guy. And I do like my desserts with the pork, guys. Be great.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, there's only 6 ingredients. So you can start with that is almond meal, not almond water. I mean, not almond flour. Almond meal.
And instead of regular flour, the almond flour is more keto friendly.
Can you let her have this? She's the expert.
Oh, okay. All right. I was jumping in.
Great.
Okay.
I mean,
she was like,
and by the way, Twitter is on fire right now. Like some of the stuff Twitter is saying, like here's the harlot on Twitter. I think her statements are self-explanatory. But some people say they cheat if it's your work wife, and then other people say this is a weird to work husband, work wives everywhere.
What the?
If I found out my husband had a work wife, I would simply commit a crime. This lady said. And then this lady, Bernie mom, said, "You're my work wife," and me, absolutely not. Tina Snow said, "I actually hate this work husband, work wife thing. People have normalized. Why are y'all flirting at work?" That's really all it is.
I mean, Y'all got some time. That means there ain't enough work to do if everybody doesn't start giving them a actual title.
And this girl is saying my work husband is the best. He was 36 and I'm 21, and I look forward to seeing him every day. And anytime he skipped work, the entire day was boring. Work husbands are just the best.
See when I was trying to talk about this years ago, folks was like, it may be a stretch. I don't think it's that serious. Yes, it is.
Well, folk be crossing the line.
I'm saying it's like I said when I stirred it up one time with the guys in church. I said so the mailman knows your wife has new earrings and knows that she done changed her regular fragrance because he come in and deliver the mail every day. And they like, wait a minute, who's this mailman? The dude she see every day. Is he the one? Is he the work husband, the UPS dude, the mailman, the co-worker that come in and notice now you wearing red bottoms to work and noticing that oh, I see you done changed your hair color. I see. Oh, you don't want that? That's your favorite. I thought that was your favorite.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna say something. I don't think I've ever said this to you, or we've talked about it since we last had that conversation. Initially, I didn't love it, but I understood it, and I saw it kind of. I don't know how I saw it. I don't know what I thought about it. I'm not even sure I really had an opinion about it. Like I guess in my mind I said, well, if two people got enough common sense to not be stupid about it, who cares, right? I think that's what I was thinking. But now, yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
And you can't speak for the other person. The other person maybe, after they leave at work or what, when you're not there now, the day is sucked because he's not there or she's not there. Okay, well, it's nice to have somebody that you can talk to. You got things in common with. Everybody's trying to finish the assignments or whatever task before the end of the day. But to be the point where your whole day is messed up because this person didn't come to work, or you can stop at Starbucks in the morning because all his favorites and her favorite snacks and coffees and stuff like that. Oh, no sugar. Oh, I know. Extra phone. Yeah, all that. Nope. I have a problem with that.
But that doesn't have to be under the auspices and labels of work wife and work husband. They could just be office friendship gone amok. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind two people being friends at work and doing nice things with each other. I have no issue with that. What I have an issue with is you pouring out favor, because people have done nice stuff for you at work, Mama Noiz, men and women, I'm sure. And that's okay. That's nothing wrong with that. It only becomes bad when the mislabeling of the thing provokes some kind of intimacy that like you said, that crosses the line. Like, we work friends. Like, they do a great episode of this on Abbott Elementary, and they talk about, like, we ain't really friends, we work friends, but they are friends. But you have your work friends and you have your friends, and sometimes there's a level of intimacy that you don't give your work friends that you would give your regular friends. And so but at the same time, there is a familiarity that your work friends have with you because they spend 8 hours a day with you. And so they do know your favorite latte. They do know what you like to eat for lunch. They do. So, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that part. I just think it becomes uncomfortable when the intimacy crosses into areas, especially if you're married, when the intimacy crosses into areas that are not meant to be crossed in. I think that's probably the best way for me to say it. Like, listen, you know, at work, y'all talk about stuff, y'all share stuff. People share past experiences and this, that, and the other, and maybe they'll share, girl, what's your favorite thing? All my favorite things that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think it's bad, though, when it becomes a thing where you begin to share intimate details that your spouse doesn't know. Like your spouse, your work friends should not be able to one-up your spouse. That's when it gets kind of like, I don't know about that. That like y'all might have took it too far.
Well, I agree.
Because you're spending so much time and you're not always talking about work.
But see, there was a post that came out in my news feed a while back that said, you came to work. You know, and sometimes
but Mama Noise, but for real though.
No, I'm saying some people, they are supposed to come to work, but they come to work and the line of, especially if they married people. You single people and you want to keep putting all your business and stuff in the workplace and stuff like that, and you know, relationships and all that type of stuff like TJ and old girl, cool. But as a married person, you need to be clear on your boundaries.
Well, and I think the key to what you just said is, as a married person, you need to be clear on your boundaries. The other person, they're going to feel whatever they feel. But you got to be clear on your boundaries. I've always been clear about who I was and how I felt. So if somebody else was like, well, you know, I'm really feeling you, man, I sure hate that for you. Because they ain't got to do with me. I'm a happily married man. I'm not going to go down this road with you. So no, we're not going to go out on a one-on-one lunch. No, we're not going to, I don't need your number. We good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So the boundaries definitely will not be crossed in that regard. But I think that's up to the spouse to handle that. And the spouses that don't handle that are the ones that get in trouble. So you're right about that. So I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea to call somebody your work wife, because the connotation of a wife or a husband implies that there are benefits that you will be getting that are a little more intimate than the norm, and that's probably an implication too far, probably.
Listen.
Anyway, but it set off a firestorm on Twitter today. So everybody been talking about it all day and arguing, going back and forth, talking about this is some bug.
True.
So anyway, you don't want me talking about Benzino talking about Lil Baby is the new Tupac, right? We don't need to talk about that, right?
I won't entertain that.
Okay. We did finally get an apology from designer Dema. And who is designer Dema, you ask? Dema is the guy who took them pictures for Balenciaga. So his apology is, quote, I want to personally apologize for the wrong artistic choice of concept for the gifting campaign with the kids. And I take my responsibility. It was inappropriate to have kids promote objects that had nothing to do with them. The 41-year-old wrote. And then he said, as much as I would sometimes like to provoke a thought through my work, I would never have an intention to do that with such an awful subject as child abuse that I condemn, period, said Demna, who is personal friends with, wait for it, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. I need to learn from this, listen, and engage with child protection organizations to know how I can contribute and help on this terrible subject. I apologize to anyone offended by the visuals, and Balenciaga has guaranteed that adequate measures will be taken not only to avoid similar mistakes in the future, but also to take accountability in protecting child welfare in every way we can.
I am going to apologize for my thoughts. Because you said, guess who he's friends with? That's not who I thought you was going to say. Oh my gosh. The photographer is friends with Kim and Kanye?
That's what the Shade Room is saying.
Oh, okay. That's not what I was thinking.
So I'm gonna just say this.
This is spin control.
It is. It's definitely spin control. But here's the other side for me. I'm trying to frame my thoughts here. Give me a second. I'm trying to frame my thoughts. Go ahead if you got any thoughts, because I'm trying to frame my thoughts.
Well, I'll just tell you, the person I thought you said they're friends with was Epstein.
I didn't say no Epstein, Mama Noise. Oh my God, Mama Noise.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
Goodness gracious. Mama Noise, you're a savage. Okay. All right, I got my thoughts together. Here's the problem I'm having with the apology. I appreciate the apology. However, you will never convince me, ever, that he acted alone. And what I don't like about the apology is that you've downgraded it to a singular person, as if he acted by himself. He greenlit this by himself, as if he snuck in the middle of the night to Balenciaga's page and was like, I'm about to put these pictures up. I'm going to kill him with these, and they'll never know what hit them. Nah. Sell that to somebody else. Here's the reality. Those photos had to cross many desks.
Facts. That's what I'm thinking. So you're not going to sit
desk.
Yeah. You're not going to sit there and tell me.
You're not going to sit there and tell me. That's my guy, Al B. What's up, Al B?
What's up, fam?
We good, brother. We good. We just talking about the the Balenciaga dude. Some photographer named Dimmer, who they're saying he came up with the concept
all by himself.
He issued a very extensive apology today. And while I appreciate the apology, Balenciaga, you wildin', because we know damn well he was not the only one that was a part of this whole thing. I'm gonna need the marketing director to apologize.
Right.
I need the vice president of marketing to apologize. Line up the apologies. Line them all up. You can go one after another. But what you're not going to do is try to convince us as informed who are we? Informed purchasers? What are we? Consumers. Informed consumers that this happened in a bubble. No, sir. No, ma'am.
It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
They would like to think we ignorant enough to believe that, somebody came up with the concept and they ran with it. No, it doesn't work that way.
Right. He's rogue.
There's a concept and it's pitched and it goes before a whole conference room of people.
How about this, Al? Before you can ever take the pictures, he's got to design the concept and pitch it. So no, I'm not buying it, and nobody else with good sense is buying it. But y'all threw him under the bus. He took it.
Who took it?
The guy, Balenciaga, whatever, or Demo, whatever his name is.
Are you telling me a multi?
As the young people would say, miss me with that.
Oh no! Actually, Al, we have a much better drop than that. Azaria is looking at me like, I can't believe you just played that. It's a drop, Zaria. It's just part of the show.
I'm saying, are you going to sit there and tell me that a multi-million-dollar company has one person to look at a setup for that's going to represent them on all media market outlets? One person gives the green light to that?
It don't work like that. We've
don't
seen
work
too many
like
movies.
that.
We've seen Boomerang. We've seen what women want. We know how these ideas are pitched and come on. These ads just don't come from, like Lloyd said, a bubble.
Yeah, you tried it, Balenciaga. You tried it. You definitely tried it. I honestly appreciate the attempt. However,
plus
they basically they're Olivia Pope's.
They tried it. They sure tried it. But nah, we good on that. We good on that.
But for people that don't have that understanding, they like, oh, okay, they made a mistake.
Charge it to their head, not their heart.
And I'm still not 100% sure y'all didn't do it on purpose.
I said
I'll agree with you, Mama Noah.
No, I was just thinking that's exactly what I was.
Not 100% sure y'all didn't, because to throw one guy under the bus and not to take a full company responsibility for this kind of leads me to believe that y'all played this y'all tried to play into the controversy and try to play off this. Because guess what this sounds like? Guess what this feels like? Remember there was another company that played a little controversial thing with the kids as well, called HM. When they delivered the
that's what Jay was trying to say last night.
Bringing it like a monkey or whatever that little shirt said or whatever. They got a whole lot of traction, all being negative. But guess what happened? With all that negative publicity, people still went to the website, the ATM, and was like, man, I hate that shirt, but man, you got a nice toaster here.
But over in Africa, they was tearing up the stores, they busted the windows and everything.
Yeah, but that ain't how Americans roll. We don't get that upset.
We just don't buy any for about a week.
Right. But if y'all give us 30%, we'll still come in there and check you out. If that Black Friday deal is right, we might forgive you.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know. We're gonna see where this goes, but it feels like it feels like Balenciaga's trying to play us. It really does.
You know what's funny is that I had one of my sorors inbox me earlier today that asked me about that. I call it baloney until they earn my respect. So
call it baloney forever then.
So whatever, baloney. I said, first of all, I told her, I think, just like you said, I knew I'd heard that before somewhere. I told her, I think it was on purpose because, like you said, now all of a sudden everybody's talking about it. So even though what they did was atrocious, this was horrible, all of that. Still, people are talking about it, giving them all this free publicity, and people are looking it up. Well, what was the pictures? What was the marketing? What happened?
I have said Balenciaga more in the last 24 hours than I've ever said in my entire life.
Facts. And like Jay was saying, he said, well, does anybody buy their clothes?
Somebody's buying it, but not,
we know, but
see, me.
Not
when the bishop is sending me great stuff like this. I'm out here looking good in my Chappelle gear.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. All right.
My soror said earlier, she was saying, do you think that they're trying to soften the American stance on pedophilia by dropping little stuff like this?
Well, listen, I've been saying for years that there is an underground movement that is trying to move above ground to make pedophilia palatable to society. I've been saying that for years. And I still feel that way. I still feel like there is an underground movement that's trying to make it palatable. And we need to continue to squash these sick bastards every time they try to do it and say it's not okay, it's not cool, it's not ever going to be cool, and anybody that tries it needs to be put in jail.
Facts.
So, but having said that, I still think that kidney kid just made a mistake. Did you hear about that one, Al?
Quarterback in Florida.
Yeah, I really think that kid just did a dumb thing. Like they haven't shown the photos, and they probably won't show the photos, but it really feels like that kid just did a dumb thing.
I've not heard any details other than the headline that came across my ESPN alerts.
Yeah, he forwarded.
I didn't even open the story to read any details into it. So
yeah, he's John Kitna. Remember John Kitna, the quarterback? Yeah, you remember because he was Cowboys backer for a while. He's John Kitna's son, and he forwarded some pictures in one of the social media sites called Discord. And he said, I thought this was of a girl who was of age.
Wow.
So tough stuff, man. Just gotta be careful. So anyway, Al, how is the rest of your night? Are you headed to the crib? Are you out on the crowd? What's going on with Al B?
yes, I am headed to the house, which is where I was headed nearly 2 hours ago. Got sidetracked, but nevertheless, I'm headed to the house.
It's all good now, brother. What's the weather like there? Is it still cold?
Maybe.
I think
My phone currently says it's 56, but it is a damp, cool 56.
That we don't have the damp part, but we definitely have the cool part. Like it is not. It's saying 50 something, but it ain't. Like it feels like it's a lot colder than that.
Yeah, it's cold in the mug.
Yeah, it feels like it's a lot colder.
Tell you, the more we talk, the more y'all need to just get an Indies and a what else? White Castle.
White Castle, we good.
Yeah, I mean Arkansas sound more like Louisville every day.
That's why we trying to tell Mama Noise.
What? The current weather for Pine Bluff, Arkansas is 65 degrees. Are you serious?
Oh, it's 65, but it don't feel like 65.
It don't feel like no 65.
It don't feel like 65. We got on sweats right now. So
it's like 57 here, but I have on a t-shirt, a mock turtleneck, and a jacket and a hat, and my scarf is over in my passenger seat.
Oh wow. I feel you, dog. I feel you. I absolutely feel you. Let me ask you this last question before I let you go, because I gotta ask. Well, not let you go, but before we end the show is what I mean. You heard about the Chris Paul thing, right? With Kanye talking about, So
no,
Kanye tweets out that Chris Paul slept with his wife Kim Kardashian. Chris Paul at the crib, mind his own business. Getting ready to get up, make breakfast with him and his wife and the kids, and all of a sudden he's trending on Twitter. They slept with Kim Kardashian. Would you have to see
who hasn't
Kanye?
slept with Kim Kardashian?
Well, okay, I can't argue with that part. But
anyway.
Well, according to the TMZ, the source that released the statement, they said this is just Kanye being salacious with her name once again, like she did when he tried to say she slept with Drake, and like she did when he tried to say she slept with Meek Mill, which, by the way, I'm 100% sure that the source that spoke on Kim's behalf was probably her mama, because it sounded like a mama statement. But anyway, if you were Chris, would you have to go see Kanye, or would you at least would it be on site? Because, bro, you messing up my house.
If it is not true,
I got kids. If it's not true,
if it is not true,
right?
I just ignore that. Like, you know what? Y'all already know what this dude's about, so whatever. Now, if it's true,
well, that's a whole nother problem.
Right. But no, I don't know why Kanye is as destructive as he is.
I don't either, because from the Hitler stuff to he's out there, man. He out there with his stuff. He out there, bro. And it's bad. It is really, really, really bad. So,
but I'm not surprised by that, because anyone that's taken college level sociology they kind of address that in those courses. You know, they give Hitler credit for being, you know, having decent, I don't want to say characteristics, but that's not the first I've heard that. I've heard that in a couple of sociology courses.
I have as well, and I know what you speak of. That he is wildly applauded for his ability to communicate and to quote unquote lead a movement, which I guess you can't really argue with that point, because anybody that can convince a whole group of people to fight the world clearly has the ability to influence. So that part you can't really argue with. But to celebrate him as a positive world figure,
No.
He's the devil reincarnated. So
Absolutely.
Anyway, how much are you looking forward to tomorrow night on Uncorked Wine when we get into these top 10 lists? Because you know it's going to be wild.
I'm just looking forward not having to sit in the seat of a cargo van, but I really anticipate. You're right. I really anticipate having a good time tomorrow night. It sounds like we're gonna have a blast. So
yeah, I think we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to it. Mama Noise. Here's an interesting thing as we close the doors here for the night. Because I think top hip hop artists of all time is on the list. Will Kanye make the top 10?
Top hip hop. I don't know, man. Does he jump ahead of Vanilla Ice?
Well, listen.
Wow.
That's gonna be like a photo finish at this point, because you can make a case, strong case for the character of Vanilla Ice that far surpasses the character of Kanye West. So there you go. So anyway, we're gonna have that tomorrow night, guys. Y'all don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, Uncorked Wine is going to be a lot of fun as we do the all-time top 10 list. So definitely grab your bottles and grab your glasses and just get ready for a fun time. So that's all we got for you tonight, though. We got nothing else to discuss on this Black. Oh, I forgot the most important thing to talk about Black Friday. The thing I was going to reveal is that I don't know if y'all knew, Mama Noise, but Black Friday broke records this year.
What?
$11.1 billion spent on Black Friday.
Wow.
And $9 billion spent on Cyber Monday. And they say the majority of that was online.
Black Friday.
So many stores were closed this year.
Right.
It's ironic that much money was circulating.
Well, but here's the thing. I think I think where you know how Mark Zuckerberg had to fire everybody because he overthought the trend of buying online was going to change because of COVID, and so he overthought it and put all this stuff out there, and none of that stuff came back to produce money. He didn't overthink it. He just overthought where the money was going to be spent at. And the truth of the matter is, the money is spent on holiday stuff like this. $11 billion or almost $20 billion in a weekend.
I think it also has to do with the fact that people feel a lot more comfortable. Welcome, Mr. Landers.
Hey, my guy. What's going on, Landers? AKA, well, I don't call you what I call you offline, but that's my guy right there. What's up, brother?
I think that people were just excited about being able to get out and go into the brick and mortars without all of the just think of the stuff in the past. You got to make sure you're 6 feet and having your mask and all these other things. And when they took down a lot of those, if not all of those requirements, then people felt more comfortable going out with their families and stuff.
Well, and I think, but I don't think people went out this year. I think the numbers prove that people stayed in. People decided to stay in, Mama Noise. And here's the thing. I think what COVID did is that it revealed to people that you didn't have to get up at 3:00 in the morning and go sit at the Walmart and wait on the TV.
I'm confused. So you're saying the Black Friday numbers are from online shopping?
Well, the numbers. Well, it's the total numbers, I believe. If I read them correctly, I think it's the total numbers. But the online portion of it was the majority of that was the bulk of it. It wasn't because people went to stores. Yeah,
that's Cyber Monday.
That's both.
And they didn't.
They generally don't call them the same thing. Black Friday numbers usually are separate of Cyber Monday.
Right. And normally that would be true. But this time, when they revealed the numbers, they revealed that, hey, it broke a record. Because that's what threw me off. I was like, it was that much? Like people spent that much money on and maybe let me read it right off. This is from what's the name of it? businessofffashion.com. Okay, so these are the results. Black Friday sales rose 2.3% to $9.1 billion, and Cyber Monday, I had it reversed. I had it opposite. I apologize. So Black Friday was 9.1 billion online, and Cyber Monday was 5.8%, 11.3 billion online. So I had it backwards.
Okay.
That's still a lot of money, though.
Absolutely.
Are they combining like Small Business Saturday with Cyber Monday?
Probably. I don't know what Small Business Saturday is. What is that? Is that a thing?
It's a thing. Small businesses, they encourage people to go out and to.
Is that a part of the weekend?
Yeah,
Friday, I never heard of that.
Black Friday, Saturday, Small Business Saturday, and then Monday,
Cyber Monday. Okay. All right.
They encourage, because there's so many small businesses that depend on that Saturday after Black Friday in hopes that people are in the spirit of shopping like they are when they run out and clown and tear up stuff and go spend money on Black Friday, to come and pay, spend some money, if you will, with the small businesses.
Now they are saying a number of people did go to the stores. Like there are people that went to the stores for sure. But it wasn't. It was a fair balance. Like it was a very fair balance. And listen, $9.1 billion. Whew.
But you just think about years past. Years past of Black Friday used to be violent.
Well, it seems like it's still violent. It's just without the violence. People are still going out and proving that they want the stuff.
Are they still camping outside of Best Buy?
No, they're just sitting in front of their computers.
No, my understanding is that doesn't exist anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just now they're just camping in front of their computers and waiting, but they getting the stuff. They are after the stuff.
Now, let me piggyback on that, Mr. Noise. You are correct. The girls today. The girls really want Bath and Body Works, right?
Okay.
They are really wanting them, but they now, for the first time, now I've been patronizing. I've been a patron of Bath and Body Works for well over 25 years.
Right.
At least. I'm telling you.
I don't know why black women love Bath and Body Works so much.
I don't know why. This is the first time I've ever been on their website, and they had they immediately said I'm like an in line. There's an hour wait.
Online?
Yeah, saying if you want to purchase they got this sale, this big sale for candles for like $9, and everybody's losing their mind about these $9 candles because they're normally like $25, $30. So they're saying when you log onto the website, they're saying You have just logged on to this place in line to have access to the $9 candle.
See, maybe the Lord don't want you to buy it, baby.
And the time it's a timer on the screen that says, okay, you got the timer on the screen is like you have 20 minutes until it's your turn to shop.
Here's what I'm trying to tell you. Maybe the Lord don't want you to buy these candles, baby. Maybe you got to give up on the dream.
No, I'm not. These are your daughters, so you can share that with them.
I will share that with them.
I'm simply saying that I could not believe it when I know I have used their website, been to their stores for over 25 years. I can't believe that now they want to put me in line. Online.
You understand the line?
Are these the infamous 3-wick candles that everybody was crazy
they are.
about today?
Yes, they are.
You too good to stand in line, Mama Noise?
Listen, I like their. I don't think I've ever had. Now that I think about it, I've never owned any of their candles because I'm a Yankee candle person.
Guess what? You can't miss what you never had.
I won't tell my daughters that. That's because that's what they like.
I'm just trying to talk you out of these candles.
I hear it. I hear what you're trying to do.
It saves some money. That's really what I'm trying to do.
You know what, Mr. Noise?
$9.99 really a sale? Is that a...
When the candles are normally like 23, 24.
I think these are the big boys. These are probably the big boys.
Some of them big boy 3-wick big ones.
Having bought many candles for the lovely Mama Noise, I know the big boys ain't cheap.
I mean, listen.
They ain't cheap at all.
Over $20-some. You're like, how many do I get? No, you get the one.
Because there have been many times when I went to the store to buy one of the big boys and saw the price of them candles, like maybe our house just need to stink. I don't know.
No.
maybe we just got to go with a natural smell or something, or just for breeze. It's just for breezing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, quit.
I'm trying to hide that candle under the counter. I don't even want to purchase the candle. Okay. All right, people. Should I play the commercial before we go? People know
absolutely.
I should play the commercial for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then, okay. Well, I'll do it because you asked me to, Mama Noise. Y'all, this is about tomorrow. Shout out to production. Doing the thug thizzle. Andrew Bruce said, what happened to the $6 candles? I ain't never seen those $6
Listen.
candles. Unless you talk about them little ones.
The $6 candles.
I ain't never seen those $6. And if you buying a big one for $6, that thing don't smell like shit. It don't smell like nothing.
No. You want the ones that
if you want the one that's gonna pierce through your house and make your whole house smell good, you got to pay for that.
I mean, clearly times have changed.
Yeah, you got to pay for that. So, all right, people, listen. We've had a ball tonight. I hope you have too. We will see y'all tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific for Uncorked Wine. Grab your bottle and your wine and come join us for the foolishness because we're going to have a good time. That's what we do here. Until then, Balenciaga, one last time. We might have to start an award for that, like a weekly award, like who wins the "You Got Me" Up award. That I mean, it doesn't sound like a good idea. Like, because somebody's gonna have us fucked up every week. Y'all know that,
I was gonna say, well, if that's the case, we already know who the winner is.
This week is I think it's a tie this week. I think it's a tie between Balenciaga and Kanye.
Yeah. But
they're gonna share it this week. Right, next week Kanye will win it outright. But this week they share it.
Okay.
So there you go. All right, people. We out of this piece. Y'all have a good week, weekend, and get started tomorrow. Watch all the college football championship week, so that's gonna be fun. And then come see us tomorrow night. We'll kick it.
Don't forget your wine.
Don't forget your wine. It ain't even gotta be wine. It can be wine. It can be bourbon. Whatever you drink it. Just bring your drink and let's have some fun. All right, peace.